I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
Oh, that was a wheelie. 42 pounds of boost. Oh my god! This is the devil, apparently. What is going on, everybody? And welcome back to the show. It is day 3 of Living the Dream. And I'm going to break this down real quick. I've been having a lot of game issues, and I have no idea why. Because I learned this from Season 1 of not downloading extra mods because it could, conflict with files. And it's a mod. When you have mods, stuff happens. I know that rolling into it, but, stuff happens. Long story short, I crashed this truck like 4 or 5 times. That cost me like almost 30 grand damages. I couldn't stop. I couldn't shift gears in it for some weird reason. So I thought it was the trans. I put a different trans in it. It wasn't the case. So I still have like the stick shift in there, but I have a Lenko trans, and it's actually pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie. We'll get that to a later day. I have still texture issues with the truck. You can see like the yellow tubing here, not a big deal. I had to buy a completely new BX. And the cheapest one was a Joe's junk car. It was a hatchback. I didn't want a hatchback, so I had to pay 16 grand just to convert it to a coupe. And I had to do all the mods. And there's little extras in there because of my frustration. And the biggest thing that I'm running into, which really does suck, but it's not a deal breaker, but it does suck, is my parts is totally kerfuffled. So I practically put it to exactly, I think, and I hope, to where it used to be. Obviously the color is a little bit different, and I did this paint job. Still rocking the same front and rear. I think I did a little bit smaller tire. I did lower the suspension in the front. Still at, I think, 12 pounds, or 15, I think now. No exhaust out the back, and we have a screamer. Right, you got the little open wastegate now. Dump. I took the air filter off, did a clear cover in the front with the aftermarket cam gears and timing belt, and I did a Kirky's race seat and that shifter as well. Different race dash, I think it was aluminum before, I couldn't really remember. And then batteries in the front, which I don't know how I had it in the back. I did put the fuel cell back in the back, and I think that's it. I think. But yes, today we're going to run an ape. I don't care what it takes. With all the issues I've been having, I want to run an 8, and our current best is a 980. But the truck still works, which is good. But welcome back. This is Living the Dream. Now, for those of you that are new to the channel, and maybe you haven't watched the beginning of this series, this character has gone through a lot. We started out broke on the Chinatown. We started life as a taxi cab man. Then we pimped it out, made it into a pimp taxi, supercharged it, had some fun with it, and then we did a part-time forklift man, we did a part-time drag race man, part-time track man, running it on the track, doing all sorts of fun cars with Car Jockey. He saved up all his money, which is why we're here now, living the dream. Oh, watch out for this guy. I'm watching you. And we bought a shop, which is the Belasco City Garage, and the race paddock, which is right over to our right, which is sick. We even modified a pickup truck from completely stock. We've made a badass 4.7 twin turbo, big tire, no prep car that was able to run a best of a 994 in the no prep highway. I'm going right through the gates, Tony. Screw you. We built a SEMA quality drag car, and I wanted to run a 6 in it, and that was my goal, and we did, and that was a twin turbo diesel 4.3 liter. That was sick. And that was a Burnside. That was a dope whip, and it sounded amazing. We're gonna get this BX into the 8s. I really would like an 850 today. And I'm gonna let it rip. So let's just do a little warm-up pass. So this is a new car, so it may not even run a... Oh, that was a wheelie, but I at least got off of it. Oh, with all the issues I was having, I'll take that all day, dude. Hell yeah. A 117 60 foot, 524 at 137/8 to a 809 at 177. The relief that just gave me. Yes. This is a 8-inch wide drag tire, same as before, 26-inch tall. $795, and I did see an over torque risk, which is interesting. Alright, we got a 9. I don't know what the over torque risk was about though. So let's check our dyno graph. Okay, that's very interesting. We were making nearly 900 horsepower before, and I remember it was 599 torque. Now we're at 1014 and 654, which is interesting. I don't know how we're making more power on the same exact setup. Alright, now it's ours, because I'm that lazy to drive all the way over there. So, now we own this, which is sick. So I can keep this car here. Let's just do a 2.2 into it. Let's see if this will hold better for power. We're just spending all my money.
And it's gone.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Alright, so I did a few adjustments. It's okay. It just shakes the tires off the line. Let's be real, it's such a small tire. Let's see if these changes helped. Probably not. She's a little wheelie machine. Oh. Come on. Show me what you got, baby. Okay, it did better that time. Hell yeah, dude. 763 with a 114.60 foot. And we got into the fours. 499 at 147 in the 8 to a 763 at 188. So the 2.2 liter definitely can hold the power, which is nice. But man, she is just violent off the line. Alright, I did a little bit. I did lower the tire pressure in the rear, which should aid in grip, which is probably gonna wheelie. But I added another 10 more pounds of boost. At wheelies, I'm gonna control it. We're gonna ride it out. I'm gonna bang that second gear. I don't care if it does a wheelie. I want to get a 7.5. What are we making now for power? We're at 1265, 778. Now we're at 1588, 991. Oh boy. Please hold. Please hold. That's a lot of power. That's a lot of power for a little 2 liter. 2 liter, sorry. Oh boy. This thing's a little animal. Come on, baby, show me what you got. We're gonna do a 2-step at 6,000. We're just gonna see what happens. I gotta control it. I gotta control it. It's gonna wheelie. Holy crap, hold on to your butts. Oh, deep stage it. That's alright. Oh, okay. Over torque risk. Oh, no!
And it's gone.
Alright. With the stage 4 turbo kit, look, she's still spinning. We found the limit. Somewhere between 700 and nearly 1,000, like, nearly, actually it was like 780 torque and 991. She doesn't like that. So let's drop it down to like, 25 pounds of boost. It actually rode out pretty good, which was actually kind of surprising. Let's do 26 pounds. Alright, we went from 1587 to 1459, and we went from 991 to 906. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Come on, baby. You can do it. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. I gotta tell that Tony asshole what's up. Alright, alright, alright. Gonna do the 2-step back up to 6,000. She's a violent little 4-cylinder. Come on. Over torque risk. Come on. I don't care. Oh, yeah. I just realized, too, I didn't leave off the 2-step. I didn't hold down the brake. Didn't matter. She did hold. She did hold. Alright, that was a 113.60 foot. 482 at 154 in the 8 to a 736 at 197. Damn. Alright. Alright. I spent the money and I did the billet heavy long block. So we were at 1459 and 906. Now we're at 1175 and 925. Alright. She makes way less power, horsepower, the tiniest bit more torque. I mean, she's down like 300 horsepower. I'm very curious what she'll do. I didn't get an over torque or over rev risk, so let's just see what this does. That was a nice burnout. You know what? No two-step. We're just gonna hit it. Shifted too early. I mean, a 761, and we're down like 300 horsepower. Okay. See, this is all about learning. Alright, what happens if we put it up to like 35 pounds? Huh? What do we get now? Now we're at 1423 and 1119. Holy crap. That's a lot of torque. But we're gonna send it. We're gonna send it. Because I like to party. Dude, look at that. It starts getting really nasty, like just after 4,000 RPM. Alright, let's see what happens. I'm just gonna let her eat. No two-step. Who cares? I'm gonna let it pop and bang, baby. Hold the power. Oh, second gear power wheelie. Oh, she's holding the power. Dude, we did a PB! 113.60 foot, 4.7 at 157, so we're back to where we were. 7.21 at 199. Holy shnikes, Batman. This thing rips. And remember, this is only an 8-inch wide drag tire. Well, how about we do a little bit taller of a rear gear? Let's do like a 310. That's quite tall compared to what it was before. Let's do 45 pounds of 42 pounds of boost. Let's risk it for the biscuit. Because I'm hoping with a little bit taller gear, we end out in 4th gear. Right, so I'm hoping with this changes, it'll be okay. So we're at 1423 and 1119. Now we're at 1615 and 1269. Wow. Now, like I said, we dipped quite heavily past 8,000. And obviously torque just tanks after 6.5. But I'm hoping with that gear change, making it a little bit taller, we end out in 4th. Because shifting more gears is making it run a little slower. So hopefully it'll be tall enough that I'll end out in 4th. So here we go. Please hold another 7 more pounds of boost. This thing's a little animal, dude. Come on. Please hold. Holy shit, power wheelie. Hold it. Oh. Dude. Another PB. Okay, we slightly slowed down at the 60 foot to 114. 465 at 160. So that's another 3 more miles an hour. And then a 709 at 205. So we gained like 6 miles an hour there. If it did not power wheelie, either that was 2nd or 3rd, yeah, 2nd into 3rd, I think she would have held her own into a 6-second quarter mile. Dude, this thing is disgusting. I'm honestly shocked she's holding this power. So there's so much of a difference between that light block and then the heavy block. And I was right. Which was something that's more like pointed towards higher revving, low torque, which is the light block. Which is what I was thinking. Kind of like those like, you know, stage 1, 2, 3, 4 performance blocks. And then you have the heavy blocks, which is, you know, usually like your ultra heavy duty block or your heavy duty block, which is more geared towards like torque and less RPM. I did a little bit of changes in the front. She's just so slammed on her nose. She's so stiff. But the spring rate is so low, and usually you want it stiffer, but it's killing my ride height. Oh, this is it right here. That worked. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. See, that with it's slamming it on its nose, it didn't really weight transfer, which killed our 60 foot to a 115. 458 at 163. Oh, I can't even turn. That was weird. To a 9, or wow, a 698 at 210. God damn. This thing rips. I got an idea. This is kind of risking it for the biscuit. But you know what? I like to party. We're going to go to race tab systems. And we're going to go to injection package. And we're going to put some E85 in her. Alright. Nice $2,500. I don't care because we're spending money today because that's how I feel. I already bought this shop. So, yep. Alright, so 1615, 1269. So what is she at with the current setup with E85? 1816 and 1417. Okay. That's a lot. That's a lot. But I want more. And that's at 29% duty cycle. Let's put it up to 50 and see what happens. We were at 18 and 14. Now we're at 19, 04, and 1485. Now the fun part. Let's see if this thing will hold it. I would be absolutely amazed. And I didn't even add the extra, what, 8 pounds of boost to max this turbo out. Holy crap. 1900 horsepower and 1485 torque. And I'm going in first gear. I think even if I were to do second gear, this thing would wheelie. I might have screwed myself getting out of the groove. Yep. She was fishtailing. I was on the verge. Of what those tires can hold. Holy crap. And I didn't even see an over torque risk. But let's run it back. We're going to try second gear launch. Chances are it's going to kind of spin. Not kind of. It's going to spin like hell. And then it's going to grip. And then probably yank me up to the moon. And I'm going to try to pedal it real nice down. But still keep enough power into it. Wish me luck. Oh boy. Dude, this thing is a absolute rocket. Here we go. Oh, she wanted to come up. I short shifted it. Still all over the place. What did we get? Holy shnikes. 664. 113.60 foot. 440 at 172 to a 664 at 221. Whoa. I wasn't expecting 0.3 of a second. I might have been able to ride that out. But I got scared, so I short shifted it, which was smart. Holy crap. Oh! Let's do more boost. 50 pounds, we'll add 8 there. Let's go to 80. Duty cycle. I don't see anything wrong with that. Remember, we were 1904, 1485 torque. Survey says, holy crap. 2303 and 1796. Alright, there's no way this motor's gonna hold on. No way. No way in hell. There's no way. God, look at the torque, how it just tanks. There's no way. There's absolutely no way this is gonna hold. But we're sending it. Come on, baby. Second gear launch. Might even have to go into fifth. Please hold. Oh my god! Oh, oh! Holy... Oh! Did you see that power wheelie in third? Oh my god! A 110 60 foot. Dude, that is moving. 431 at 170 in the 8th. To a 673 at 209. Wow. And I did see an over torque risk right at the end when she was starting to grab. Holy crap. That's absolutely insane, dude. Let's pull a little bit of boost out of it. We'll do 45 pounds. We'll do like 70% duty cycle. Holy crap. Dude, this thing is nutty. So we were at 2303 and 1796. Now we're at 2088 and 1628. That actually pulled out a lot of horsepower up top. And a decent amount of torque. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Last pass. Nice and warm. Can we beat the 666? This is the devil, apparently. Come on, baby. Oh, she's shaking. I think I got a PB. No! She was squirrely mid-track, dude. 111 60 foot, 439 at 172 to a 667 at 222 miles an hour. I'm running that back. We gotta do it again. We gotta do it again. Alright, here we go. Oh yeah, and I didn't see an over torque risk. Hell yeah. Dude, if this thing had like the variable internals, I could do some serious damage with this motor. Not physically, but I could pull a torque out of it and add more horsepower. Oh, dude, this thing's a absolute rocket. Oh, she yanked so bad out of the hole. Nope, we gotta redo that. She does pull quite a bit, actually. Alright, let's do this again. We got this. Oh, she died. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Not much of an improvement, but it is an improvement. Brakes are feeling it a little bit. And we did slow down in the 60 foot. That was a 112, 438, 173, 660 at 224. So we gained 2 miles an hour. Hell yeah. I came here today to do an 850. Alright? Remember that. And she did an 809 off the trailer. And it was literally practically the exact same settings as I had it before. It was the same boost at 20 pounds, 373 gears. Yes, I did a pro drag rear end. It still does have the rally front coils. It doesn't have a tubular front end. It doesn't have a roll cage. And it does have a seat, Kirky seat with no passenger seat. The battery is up front instead of in the trunk. And we do have a fuel cell in the trunk. And now it did a 660 at 224. I'm absolutely shocked. I just realized these are wide body front fenders. That looks so goofy. I just noticed that. Man, you got some big shoulders on you. Dude, this thing rips. With proper tuning, and I honestly think of the suspension, because I just kind of winged it together, and some like good tuning on like a pro drag transmission, I think it could do a 5 with this tire setup. And that's seriously impressive. It's a 26-inch tall, 8-inch wide drag tire. Dude, 660 at 224. Huh. I am broke. We have only 28 G's, and I only have 41,000 in my savings account. So I have some grinding to do to put that money back in my savings. And I did put some money into, I put like 25, yeah, I put 25,000 in earlier. You can see the operating cost is quite a bit, so that's why I did that. So yes, we are kind of broke, but we got property, and we got a fast 4-cylinder drag car, dude. Holy crap. Not a bad day 3 of living the dream. If you enjoyed today's episode, hit that thumbs up button. So we'll catch you guys in the next one. We'll see you later. Peace.